Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here today, my name is Odds, and we are talking about the Book of Boba Fett, Chapter 3, Episode 3, Chapter 3, whatever you want to call it. We're talking Wookiees. We're talking about a certain Wookiee. We're talking about Hutts. We're talking about the Clone Wars? Yes, there are references to the Clone Wars in this episode. There's references to a lot of stuff in this episode. I'm going to give my little breakdown. It's not super duper in depth, but it is an overview of the episode, and then we're going to talk about some questions and theories I have towards the end of the series, since we are at the halfway point now. I believe it'll be a total of 6 episodes. It's going to be 7 episodes, not 6. Sorry about that. So it'll be one more week after I thought it was. So we're nearly the halfway point. We'll be at the halfway point halfway through next episode. So if you're new here today, I would love for you to subscribe. I do 2 videos a week. Beauty, vlogs, Star Wars, Marvel, DC. There is something on this channel for everyone, and there's lots of exciting nerdy content coming out this year, so I'd love for you to stick around and stay tuned. And let's go ahead and get started with the breakdown. So a water broker seller sort of guy, he sells water from the farmers. He's not a farmer, he's pretty much the broker of them. I over-explained that to the max. Comes to seek help because a gang of street youths, I love that term, it makes me think of Schmidt from New Girl. A gang of street youths is taking the water and just stealing from them and doing all sorts of stuff. So he asks Boba to go help with that situation, and he'll pay higher tribute to him. So Boba goes out, he goes to confront the street youths, and finds out that the water broker is selling water at too high a price, and that these street youths don't have a job because there's nowhere to work. There's a job shortage in Mos Espa, apparently. So he hires them with a little grief from the water broker, but gives him $500 and tells him to lower his prices, and then hires the street youths, which comes back to help him in this episode. Then we go back in the pod where he's having dreams again about his time with the Tuskens. And Boba goes to visit the leader of the Pikes on Mos Espa, and basically the leader refuses to pay tribute to the Tuskens because he's already paying tribute to the rival gang that we've been seeing throughout this series. Now, Boba Fett promises to take care of the rival gang, but when he goes back to the village, he finds that the entire village is burned, and all the Tuskens had been murdered, including the Banthas. Come on, you kill the Banthas? What did they do? They didn't do anything. So it's a very sad scene where he burns the bodies of the dead, including the leader of the Tuskens that helped, bring him into the tribe in itself. So we don't see the rest of this scene because Black Krrsantan pulls him out of the pod and tries to kill him, and almost succeeds before the street youths that now work for Boba Fett come in to try to put a stop to him. So they end up capturing him in the old Rancor pit. Now, Black Krrsantan is the Wookiee from the previous episode. He is from the Dr. Aphra comics. So, I did not know that last episode, thank you. I really need to read the Star Wars comics. I think that would be really helpful, especially since they're pulling so many characters in from the comics that's where we're gonna be heading next. But they capture him, it's all good, and the twins come to visit, the twin Hutts come to visit Boba Fett and give him a Rancor as tribute and an apology. They say they're leaving, they're pulling out, they don't want anything to do with this because a war is coming, because the mayor, Mok Shaiz, has promised the daimyo throne to another group